Okay, so what I'm using here is all the ingredients for a max hydration buffet. I used the co-wash conditioner cleanser. It's for before you shampoo. I'm going on rambling about that, I guess. uh, let's see. I'm using my oils. I have the coconut oil, the castor oil, and the argan oil. Then I'm going on showing the apple cider vinegar and the Aztec Secret healing clay. I use an empty container mainly because it keeps it clean. I always use the same exact container, the same exact utensils. I'm showing you the type of clay I use. It's the Indian healing clay. You can find it at a drugstore. I find it here at Fresh Time Market. There's another place you can find it as well. You can find it at Trader Joe's. I'm pretty sure everyone who's in New York, there you can find it in a Wegmans. I put about 1/2 a cup of that into my little plastic bowl, and I dig a little hole inside of it. I don't know if you can see that, but that's what I do. Then I go ahead and put my oils in. So that's a tablespoon of each oil that you choose. Oils that I choose that I told you early on is the coconut oil. Now that's real coconut, like it's solid. You can see right there. It does dissolve pretty well though if you mix it in. Then I go ahead and use my argan oil. And then I use my dark black castor oil. I use that oil because it helps promote growth for my hair, and it's very thick. You don't need a lot. Then I go ahead and I grab my apple cider vinegar. You need about 6 tablespoons. Now, as you're adding the tablespoons in, it should be fizzing immediately. The fizz helps it from clumping. I tried to show you in the video. I guess I didn't do that great of a job. This is my first time making a video, so I apologize. Um, everything that you make, everything that you mixed in, excuse me, do all of that before you put the water in. You want to mix that in as good as you can, and then you can go ahead and add the 3 tablespoons of water. Now, after you finish adding your 3 tablespoons of water, I forgot to mention in the video I should have showed you, it should be a Greek yogurt consistency. So if you guys like to eat yogurt, you know how thick it is and smooth, it should be of that consistency. You might have a little lumps if you do decide to use the coconut oil. Okay, and here this video I'm saying I'm going to go ahead and section my hair and let the clay sit. Okay, so now I'm sitting here explaining about my frizzy hair. Yeah, it's pretty messy. So I go ahead and I section my hair into 4 parts. I go straight down the middle, as you see there. The reason why my hair is straight in the front, I straightened the front of my hair because I had a wig, and then the rest of my hair I actually had twisted to protect it. That's one of my protective methods. So if anyone's wondering why I have straight hair in the front and curly hair at the end, I just straightened it. So I'm dividing it in 4 sections. As you can see, my hair is pretty thick. It doesn't take me that long because I've got used to it. When I first started out, it was really difficult for me because I actually transitioned from relaxed to natural hair. Basically, relaxed hair is when we put the chemicals, black girls, we put chemicals in our hair to make it straight. It was just thinning out my hair and I couldn't handle it. So then I went natural. Basically, you have to cut all your hair off and start over. So here, after I finished sectioning my hair, I sprayed water in my hair. Now, to tell that you don't have heat damage for my hair is if it starts curling at the ends and it curls all the way up, then I don't have heat damage. I try not to blow dry or straighten my hair too often. It's curling up a little bit. It takes a while. You do not have to use a co-wash to do this max hydration method. You can just wet your hair and go ahead and put the clay in if you wish. I do this method because it works for me and my hair loves it. So it's basically a trial and error. You have to do what works for your hair. So I finger detangle. I try not to use a comb unless I really have to. So I just finished putting the co-wash all over my hair. You don't need to let it stay in for more than 5 minutes. So I went ahead and rinsed that out, and now I'm about to apply the clay. Now, you should wear a shirt that you don't mind getting clay on. I like all of my shirts, even t-shirts, so I'm wearing a towel over. But you really shouldn't get any clay on your shirt. Alright, taking out one section of hair. My hair is so thick. And there's my clay. And I'm sectioning it off into a smaller section. It doesn't have to be that small. But you want to make sure the clay gets through each strand of hair on your head so it works correctly. This took me about 10 minutes to put the clay in like my whole entire head. It really shouldn't take that long. Some like to go strand by strand, but if you're a mom, I don't have any children, but if you are a mom, you don't have time to go through each single strand of hair. You want to get done as fast as possible. And as a college student, I don't have time to go through every strand of hair, so I want to be done as soon as possible as well. So that's why I like this method. It's quick, easy. It's like a wash and go. I like it. So I'm just going from root to end because I already finger detangled earlier in my co-wash, so I don't have to start from the end up to the roots. You don't want your hair to get tangled. For people with curly hair, you understand. I look so focused doing this. The clay should be thick consistency. Also make sure you have a spray bottle, like a little water spray bottle you saw me use earlier. Sometimes the clay might get a little dry and you don't want the clay to dry in your hair. That's the last thing you want. So if you feel it's getting a little dry on your hair, go ahead and spray some of that water on there. Keep it moist. Now don't spray it too much. You don't want it to be dripping wet or it's not going to work. Okay, so I finished putting the clay all over my hair. It makes your hair really heavy. I like it. The clay is actually a really good cleanser for your hair. I prefer this over shampoo. It doesn't strip your hair as bad, and it still does a pretty good job cleaning it. And your scalp feels very good after as well. So I went ahead and put my plastic cap on. I let it sit on there for about 20 minutes. You can put it in for 30, but you don't leave it in that long. So I went ahead, my 20 minutes was up, I washed my hair. As I said earlier, I don't really do the heat, so I don't blow dry or anything. You can shake your hair out if you want. I just let it sit there and dry, air dry like that. Make sure you do check that you got all the clay out of your hair, because you do not want your hair to dry and then find out that you had some clay left over, because then you have to go back in and wash it out again, and then it might get frizzy and you don't want that. So make sure you get all of the clay out. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It's my first video, so like,